Good morning and welcome to the National Outlook on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM on Monday, March 1st. Thank you. This is GHK Lall and thank you for joining me. I do hope you've had a good February, you had a good Mashramani, you had a good weekend. Now we are ready to face March. Hopefully we'll do better than we've done in January and February. We've got Pagwa coming up later in the month, towards the end, and on that day, I think it's March 26th or thereabouts, it's also the beginning of Holy Week in the Christian calendar for some denominations, where Palm Sunday is on the same day with Pagwa. Okay, we're on March 1st. I want to start on a positive note. The GWI ramps up efforts to replace aged city transmission lines. Those transmission lines for our water are over 100 years old. They have been going for a while now. Some works were started when I first returned here. The roads were dug up in a congested city, were necessary, absolutely necessary, and then they stopped. Well, now apparently they're going to continue, they're going to resume. In the past several months, according to the news report in Kaieteur, has been about the digging up and laying of these transmission lines in Georgetown. And according to what the CEO of the GWI is stating, we've got a couple of these projects, 3 of these projects in train. It's part of the 5-year strategic plan. I say this is good. I say we need water. We need, as much as this is Georgetown based, there are a couple of things I'll share in a moment that shows that it's more national in scope, the strategic plan. It is a national plan and far more than a city-based plan. We take water for granted in this land of many waters. And in the city, where we have a fairly decent supply on a continuing basis, when it stops, for some reason a water main broke or something failed, we complain bitterly and we hear about it, as the public hears about it, quite rightly I think. So these things are long overdue, and I'm glad that they have been in process for several months now, and they will continue. It is worth the inconvenience, it's worth the disruption. And I understand one of these, the Lamaha Street, the ongoing works between Lamaha Street and the Shelter Belt is scheduled to complete by the end of this month, which is March 21. And in the budget for 21, like I've said before, there are 3 other projects, similar such projects that are in train. In Thursday's paper, I also came across where a water project, a GWI-driven water project, is in motion for some place called Kaieteur. I must really educate myself more about local geography and the local map. Close to the Venezuelan border. That's good news for those residents there in those far-flung areas, because water supply tends to be when you get it and not that it is there, like we take for granted in the city. So that's good. And then in Region 3 and Region 8, there are other projects that are said to come in train later in the course of this year. So that's good news, where our residents in those areas, our brothers and sisters, our fellow citizens, water can be a real scarce commodity. They're surrounded by many rivers, but potable water, healthy water, is something that is not always within reach. So I commend the government and the GWI for including these initiatives, these projects in their plans, and we look forward to clean execution, clean delivery, and good performance after they have been put in place. Until the next time, GHK Lall on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. Thank you for joining this edition of the National Outlook.